So Mavs and the Warriors tonight. What, just your perspective? Obviously, Klay plays his entire career with the Warriors. This is his first year with the Mavs. What have you thought so far? What have you thought of the Mavs, and what have you thought of Klay so far?
The Mavs are 5-6, I believe. I think they're sub 500. So I'm a little disappointed after 11 games from what I've seen from them. They're a little bit inconsistent. They'll be good. They'll still be a playoff team, but I thought it'd be better than they are so far. And Klay seems to still be trying to adjust and fit into their style of play. It's totally different from what the Warriors ball movement and man movement style, and sharing the ball more with the Warriors. So they need to improve, and they will. Just like last year, the Mavs started off slow and caught fire in the second half of the season, ended up in the NBA Finals, and I expect them to be that good again eventually. Going back to the Warriors tonight for his first return after leaving after so many years, this is going to be emotional. They'll put up a nice video tribute of him. The fans will welcome him back with open arms and give him a surrounding ovation. Of course, then they'd want him to lose, of course. And but it'll be a very emotional night for him to go back and see all of his old friends and his old fans.
When and you could kind of put yourself in, try as best as you can to put yourself in Klay's shoes. Is Klay trying tonight? Here it is. It's emotional. He's won 4 championships with the Golden State Warriors. His love for the Bay Area. I mean, clearly he had incredible love, and it was felt both ways. Is he also going out there and on the top of his mind, once you get the tip off, does that competitiveness come in, and Klay's trying to drop 35 and blow out the Warriors tonight at Chase Arena? Is that kind of the mindset you think will come into Klay once that game starts?
Of course, you're thinking about that all day. You want to go up there and get 40 on them, but you have to temper your emotions, because if you try too hard, then you might take yourself out of your game and hurt your team. So you can't want it so bad that you're going to go outside of yourself, outside of your comfort zone, and sort of not play team ball. But of course, the key is, I'm sure his teammates are going to want him to have a nice return home and have a nice game. So they'll probably look to get him some shots early. And if his shots go in, knowing Klay, if his first few shots go in and he feels like he's in a rhythm, then he wants to continue to go to shoot the ball and hunt his shots. But you have to be careful not to try to overdo it and try too hard and throw your game off. So you got to sort of temper your emotions and sort of settle your nerves down, calm down a little bit. And as they say, that old cliche, just let the game come to you and not try to do too much.
Michael, were you, if I'd have told you 3 years ago, Klay Thompson's not going to finish his career with the Golden State Warriors, you've been around the league enough. I mean, even your time, you played with a few different teams, so nothing is forever. Would you have been shocked about that? Or, I mean, did you always just think Klay's not going to represent another team other than the Golden State Warriors?
Of course. I thought he'd be like Kobe, like Dirk, Tim Duncan, all those, Larry Bird, all those guys. Of course, yeah, Steph and Draymond. I thought those 3 guys, Steph, Draymond, and Klay, is going to retire together in a couple of years, maybe 2-3 years from now. And they'll all go out right off into that Golden Bay Area sunset together. So I was shocked that, and still am kind of surprised and shocked that he's not still a Warrior and not going to finish his career as a Warrior. So very disappointed too, because I was hoping that he would have that on his resume, play for one team and play with Steph forever. And the best backcourt there's ever been. So I was very disappointed, and still am, that he's not there and wasn't able to finish his career with those guys.
Does it? Sometimes we'll see. I'll give you a good example. I think it was last week. Paul George returned back. He's in Philly now. Returned back to the Clippers, and he was getting booed by Clipper fans. And part of the reason might be because they never won a championship. He ends up getting more money and signing with the Philadelphia 76ers. I know he had some stuff on his podcast, something along the lines of Clippers were always kind of the B team in LA. They are. I think he was just telling the truth. You think players have, how do I put this? Do you think players, whenever you hear fans booing a player, is there just that perspective of a player's got to just go do what's in their best interest? You can probably look at it better than anybody else. How true is that when it comes to guys that are, we were just talking about Klay. You thought he was going to stay his entire career in the Bay with the Golden State Warriors. It didn't happen that way. I guess from a player perspective, how much of this business is just cutthroat and go make the decisions that's in your best interest? Because the teams and the organizations are going to do the same thing.
That's life, not just sports. Any business is like that. No matter people out there listening to you, watching your podcast, right now, probably made the same decisions in their careers. Work for one company, another company comes along, or a business opportunity comes along, and they leave and they say, okay, I like where I am right now, but I got a better opportunity somewhere else, and I'm going to take it. And I'm sure a lot of those fans who were booing Paul George the other night are a bunch of hypocrites, because they probably made the same decisions in their professional life, whatever it may be, going from one job to the next. And that's all Paul George did. And that's what sports is, going from one job to the next. I mean, I don't understand how fans could boo a guy like him, who's been a consummate professional. He wanted to sign with the Clippers. He asked them to sign with them. The Clippers offered him,
I think, 3 years.
3 years, I think 3 years, 16 million or something like that. It's some crazy number now.
It was less than Kawhi. You're right. I think it was less than Kawhi's number.
Way less than Kawhi, and way less, maybe half. And I understand 20 million, 25, 30 million bucks a year is still generational money for the average person. But those fans who are booing him, okay, if the Clippers offered you 90 million and all of a sudden the 76ers say, here's 212 million, what would they do? So yeah, I know money, maybe some people have enough money like Steve Ballmer where $100 million doesn't make a difference, but I don't understand how anybody could fault him for taking that Philadelphia offer compared to what the Clippers offered him. So that's just hypocritical to me when fans boo him and disrespect him in that way. Yeah, you're a fan. You can boo him. You want the Clippers to beat him. But to boo him for making that decision, then you're a hypocrite. Because I'm sure if you were booing, I'm sure you would take that extra $120, $130 million too over staying with your present company or your present job.
I think they know that, but I think they just feel like they're supposed to boo.
Yeah,
they have to boo, right? Yeah. That perspective.
But I would never boo if I loved Kobe Bryant, and to me he should have always been a lifelong Laker. But if Kobe said, you know what, I want to go back to Philadelphia and finish my career there,
sure,
and he came back to the Lakers, I would never boo. I said he made a decision for himself, for his family. That's what he wanted to do. So why should I boo him and be mad at him for making a choice for his life and his career that I would do for myself?